Fun fact, everybody. When I was recording the last episode, at the very end of the episode, my hard drive literally ran out of room for footage. Yes, my 500 gigabyte hard drive ran out of room. Hard to believe, but it's true. Had to do some major cleanup. But here I am, and I'm going to record more. But before we build anything, there's a few things I thought I'd take care of. Alright. First off, there's been a guy in the comments who's been bugging me to name this airport, so I will accede to his demands. I will use the name that he gave me. And why not? It sounds fine and good to me, so there's no reason why I shouldn't like it. Even though it appears that nobody's actually using the airport right now, at least it's here. And can be used if they so decide. Oh man, so what we are going to do is think about names a little bit, because I've been a little bit behind on naming new places, and there are some names that I would like to change. First of all, over here, this whole area in this region has no name right now. I mean, it could be considered an offshoot of Prospectville or Old Junction, but I think it deserves its own separate identity. Now, I was thinking about what to call it, and here in Pennsylvania, where I live, right outside of Philadelphia, there's this town that's pretty much a second central business district for the Philly area, located out in the suburbs. And it's extremely wealthy, has a lot of offices, a lot of commerce, a bit like this area. And its name is actually King of Prussia. I know it's a very awkward name, but it's named for Frederick the Great of Prussia. So I took inspiration from this, and I'm like, I want to name the town, or this area, after a 18th century great leader of some sort. But when I thought about it, I couldn't really beat Frederick the Great, so I'm just going to call this Frederick the Great. Yes, he now has a town named after him very directly, right here in Trinity. Now, there was a very close runner-up with Peter the Great of Russia. And I almost named it after Peter instead of Frederick, but then I realized, I don't know. It's just more fitting to have a German leader of the business district. And so instead, I'm going to give Peter's name to the factory district down here. I'm pretty sure that he would not be opposed to this. So this area is going to be called Peter the... Actually, you know what? Since we already have the Greats, we're just going to call this Petrograd. Petrograd. Actually, the real name of St. Petersburg for a period of time before it was changed to Leningrad. So, Petrograd it is. Yes, it's near Riverside. How I define things is this avenue here represents the boundary between Petrograd and Riverside. This highway here represents the division between Riverside and Spruceville. Although I'm not sure I consider all this to be part of Spruceville, but we'll think of a name later on. Also, people were complaining about the number of towns named Ville. I mean, you have Spruceville, you have Waterville, Bonerville, Dwyrenville, and Prospectville. So I'm going to start changing a few of these, just a little bit. Prospectville will now be Prospectsburg. Named because it reminds me of Pittsburgh a little bit, how it's situated on not quite the junction of the river, but sort of an inlet of the river. So Prospectsburg is the new name of this town. Over here, Waterville. Maybe I will rename it to Watertown, after Watertown, New York, a small town close to Canada that I was near but not quite in one time, a long time ago. Alright. Bonerville, I'll keep that as it was because it was a name suggestion. Dwyrenville. I really feel like renaming it Dwyrengrad for some reason. Dwyrengrad. I am from Dwyrengrad. Or something. I don't know. And I think that's probably enough names for now. There might be some confusion as to where towns actually start and other towns begin. But I consider the boundary of Old Junction and Frederick the Great to be a pretty easy to spot line here, separating the huge high wealth offices of Frederick the Great from the low density mansions of historic Old Junction. So that line would continue through here and out to there. And I suppose this line of separation will go out to here, because on the other side of this highway is Oakford over here. And I pretty much consider Frederick the Great to expand all the way out to this area too, including the zoo. Look at that building. Really doing well for ourselves. And this avenue here I consider to be the boundary between Prospectsburg and Dwyrengrad. I have to get used to the new names. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. Not that avenue. I'm talking about this avenue, of course. That's this avenue. So pretty much if you draw a line straight through here, that divides the two towns. Or the two sections, or whatever you might want to call it. And this avenue here divides Dwyrengrad from Bonerville. And it's kind of neat because this street in Bonerville is kind of the main commercial street. A lot of shops here. A nice shopping street. Since it's called Steve Jobs Bridge, I'm just going to call it Jobs Street. So if you live in the city, you might go out for a shopping trip on Jobs Street in Bonerville. Oh man, it's exciting stuff. And then Watertown. Where would I consider that boundary? Possibly this road here, but I'm not sure yet. And here's Stoutsville, separated from one another by a huge industrial park. Like I said, Riverside is just this little nook in here. And then we have Petrograd continuing over to Wood. So, that's the names we have so far. And of course University City and some other places that haven't been fully developed yet. But where were we? Ah yes. We were working on this new office park over here. Here it is. We're entirely changing the nature of Spruceville, or at least its outskirts. So, I'm trying to think, did we water up this area? We did. Okay. So in that case, let's let time go. Oh man, we're already building stuff. Don't know if it's going to be medium wealth, low wealth. We'll find out soon, but yeah, the commercial developers are really eager to come and put their flea markets here. Oh joy. But never fear, folks, because I'm pretty sure higher density and higher wealth buildings will come soon. Wow, it's funny because, you know, the simple people of Spruceville were very used to living next to a big open field, but now they are living in the shadow of giant office blocks. Think about that. Alright. But future thinking people are saying, well, we're going to need an expanded road system in this area. So what do? They commission a new avenue to be built. So that is what we will do. It's going to require the reorientation of some rail stations. As such. A nice little turnaround zone over here. Yes, we have to think of some grand names for these avenues. Blow you up. There we go. Replace you very kindly. Build all the traffic lights. Oh boy. This is a little gnarly, but we'll have to fix it. Since first of all, nope, not highway, avenue. Oh, right. It's picky about that kind of thing. Oh, here we go. So we're going to extend that out to here. Extend that out to there. And now the question is, what to do about our rail? Yes, I'm not sure how it ever quite got like this, but oh well. There we go. It's beautiful. Sometimes I think transportation networks are not just a means of getting from one place to another, but they are also a work of art in their own. I mean, I'm sure all of you have been under some very impressive looking highway overpasses, and I consider that to be a form of art. So that's sort of the idea here. Like this nice little house right in the middle, next to what will eventually probably be the only field in the area once this commercial development gets underway. Alright, oops, goody, it's time for the demolition and reorientation of another train station. Want to make sure these connect all the way through. Alright, connect to you. A nice, beautiful avenue on avenue intersection. Rebuild you, Mr. Train Station. And now we return to building our avenue. Alright. We don't even have to adjust the rails there. It's a good thing. Right by the country club. Putting a traffic light over here. And here we will... Alright, let's see. Okay. And there we have it. Our completed avenue. Just out of curiosity, where does it eventually end? Up here. It's nice, isn't it? I think it's nice. If you don't think it's nice, you suck. And because of its niceness, I'm going to name it after the nicest city in the world, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia Avenue. Yes. Hopefully it will not disappear when we add stuff to it, but I know it will anyway, so whatevs, as the cool kids say these days. We'll put a sign near the airport too. Philadelphia Avenue, which goes all the way out to this avenue. It's beautiful. Beautiful, I say. I weep with excitement. Can you weep with excitement? I don't know, but I'm doing it. Oh man. Let's hit the fast. Give everything a time to get used to everything. And let's see. Let's look at our desirability. Commercial offices. There's a huge demand right here. Well, that's where we built things, so I'm glad. And there's a huge demand over here, too. Right in this region. In this part of Wood. So, sorry mansion-y people, but your time here is over. It has been decreed by the very powerful men who own all of the land that we are going to be forming a new office park over here. Oh boy, it's exciting. Yes, demolishing things really gets me all excited. So excited. We so excited. We're gonna have a ball today. Alright. Alright, it's funny how it's only letting us build certain things, certain places, but it's alright. We will just put some park spam in the middle. And there. A new district of offices will come up. Probably flea markets at first, because you know how these things tend to go. But eventually, given time, high wealth will appear in this area, and people will be excited. Yes. We so excited.